a fan of Marvel after Avengers Endgame kind of feels like you're trapped in a toxic relationship you can't get out of. But is the release of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 gonna be the make-out session that we've been waiting for? Or is it just gonna be that toxic partner coming and keying our car and showing us that we were right to jump ship in the first place? Hi y'all, Snarky J Cosplay here. As of the time of this video's recording, we are now 2 days out from the official release of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's set to wrap up the story of the Guardians of the Galaxy for good, and it's also James Gunn's last Marvel movie before he jumps ship and moves on to DC Studios. Of course, even though we fans without clout or press badges are still waiting to watch this movie, reviews are in from fans who have already seen it, as well as reviewers who were lucky enough to go to the premiere. And so far, it seems like a mixed bag. You've got some reviews that paint Guardians of the Galaxy 3 as this tremendous game changer, as something that is going to save the MCU from basically just being mid from now on. A lot of people are praising it for being bold, for being emotional, and things that basically Marvel has never been. Marvel films have always been formulaic, that's no surprise, but they've just gotten progressively more and more set into a formula, and they've also gotten way worse at making that formula, which is kind of rough because if you consider, I mean, they invented this formula and they're doing it this badly, that's pretty sad. But the fact of the matter is that Marvel's films are always huge toy commercials. They are guaranteed to rake in huge amounts of cash, and even if we're going into theaters just to watch them and bitch about them on the internet, they're still making their coin. So on the one hand, we have people that really like this movie, and after I read a few articles a couple of days back, I was actually really excited. It's no secret that I haven't liked some of Marvel's recent releases. I made an entire video just talking about how disappointed I was in Marvel's latest films and talked about how I walked out of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and this is coming from somebody that's loved Marvel for years. And so seeing so much hype start to be built up around Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I honestly felt really stoked. I remember when the first Guardians of the Galaxy came out and it was such a sort of ragtag group of misfits type of thing, but it was actually like not campy, it was fun, it was really cute, the soundtrack kicked ass. The second Guardians of the Galaxy film was actually better than the first in a lot of ways, so now we just need to see how Marvel wraps up this trilogy. According to a lot of people on the internet though, they don't exactly do a great job of it. Yes, some people are treating Guardians of the Galaxy 3 like it's the second coming of Christ. However, other people are looking at it like another big letdown. While some people sort of straddle the line and just say that it's a safe way to end the trilogy, others complain that it is a big convoluted mess, which is not entirely surprising considering Marvel's recent films. But it's really concerning considering that this film is set to wrap up a trilogy that is actually surprisingly beloved in the grand scheme of Marvel. One of the big complaints that I saw that actually has me a little bit worried is that apparently one of the big storylines that's being interwoven here, and this isn't a spoiler, they tease it in the trailers, is Rocket Raccoon's origin story, but I did see a review that mentioned that there's really kind of horrific images of animal abuse in this, and I get that James Gunn has always been kind of outlandish, but at the end of the day, Marvel films are not DC films. DC films might try and sell to the same audience, but DC tends to be a little darker and a little grittier. Marvel is very much like a bring the whole family, grandma's not gonna get it, the kid's gonna be blowing his nose on the seat behind him, but we can all go see it together. I don't know how many little kids are gonna be okay with watching a raccoon be abused. I mean, that's the whole reason that to this day, I still can't watch the beginning of Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. If you haven't seen it, a raccoon falls off a zip line and it's tragic. I don't even want to talk about it. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't give my opinion. But it looks like on the one hand, we have people that think it's innovative and heartwarming and like it really brings this trilogy to a satisfying conclusion. And on the other hand, we have folks that think it is ham-fisted in an emotional way. It's convoluted, it's messy, and instead of being innovative, it's safe. Really, the complaints could be a whole lot worse, but they also don't really bode well. And for those of you that haven't been counting, this is Marvel's 32nd movie. This is now a franchise that boasts 32 films. I don't really know any company that can do the same thing 32 times and have it maintain the same quality. And hearing these complaints, I'm definitely not sure that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is gonna match up to the love that fans and critics alike had for Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. As it stands right now though, even with all the negative reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter stands at a healthy 80% for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It could be set to drop or it could be set to skyrocket. I know that it's probably surprising, but I actually hope that this is a good movie, because either way I'm gonna have to sit through it and review it, and I really don't want to have to walk out and just make another video complaining about it and have to fight incels online. I'm kind of tired of that. I'd like to come out and give it a good review and we can all have a nice, heartwarming little chat in the comments section. That would be much more fun. But I guess we'll see what happens when Guardians of the Galaxy 3 releases this Friday. That's all from me. I've been Snarky J. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know your expectations for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in the comments below.